Okay. Hi everybody, my name is Z. I'm from Wonderspark Puppets, and today we are going to be doing an awesome DIY puppet craft inspired by Superhero Week. That's right, it is Superhero Week here at Wonderspark Puppets, and we're doing all sorts of bam and pow and biff and bop and really cool superheroes. We've done a Batman, Bat Signal, Shadow Puppet. We have done a Spider-Man climbing puppet. And yesterday we did a Super Mario Brothers running puppet. And today we are going to be making these awesome, check it out, Captain America shields that spin. So you can use them with your shield action, which is way cooler than just a shield that you just hold on to. And if you want to, you can even put a little face on there if you want. All right. So let's go through our materials list of the things that you're going to need for our craft today. Oh, and by the way, I want to make sure that I mention that the reason that we chose Captain America today is in honor of my Uncle Michael. Hi, Uncle Michael. I hope you're watching. We're so excited to be doing this craft today in honor of you. My Uncle Michael is awesome. He loves comic books, and he really loves Captain America. And he was friends with Joe Simon, who is one of the creators of Captain America. And Joe Simon is from where I'm from, Western New York, Rochester, and he then came to New York City, which is where I live now. So me and Joe had a lot of things in common, and we both really love comic books. So let's go through our materials list and see what we need to make this awesome Captain America shield in honor of my Uncle Michael. Hi, Uncle Michael. Okay, so what do we need? We are going to need 1 paper plate, 2 pieces of red construction paper, 1 piece of blue construction paper, 2 pieces of white paper, larger to smaller circle shapes found around your home. And we'll go into what that's going to look like. 2 to 4 pipe cleaners. If you have really thick pipe cleaners, 2 is good. If you have like really thin ones, you might want 4. A glue stick. Strong tape. I'm using masking tape today, but any kind of strong tape will do. Scissors and a pencil. And if you have them around and you want to give a face to your superhero shield, because who doesn't love a face on things, googly eyes and a black marker. All right, so let me get my stuff together and then we'll get started. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I have all my things. So come on over here to my crafting table. So remember I said we needed a paper plate? Here is my paper plate. I'm going to move some of these things over and start with my full piece of construction paper. Can everyone see that? There we go. Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh, I have all sorts of things that are a little different today, but that's okay. There we go. Okay. So we have our full piece of construction paper, and I'm going to grab my pencil. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your paper plate and place it on your red construction paper. And my paper plate is kind of poofed out a little bit because I put it with the part that you would eat down. And I'm going to press it down. And you know what? It's going to go over the paper just a little bit, but we're going to do our best to get as much of it onto the paper, and then we're going to trace all around that plate. One big circle as best as we can. And sometimes tracing something that is poofy up like this can be tricky, so feel free to ask an adult or another person for some help with that. So now we have a large circle on our large full piece of red construction paper. And I'm going to take my scissors and cut that out. It's Thursday. You guys know what that means. Tomorrow is Friday. And if you've been watching Wonderspark's page for the last few weeks, then you know that Friday is Puppet Show Day. Tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Wonderspark will be performing a puppet show live. That's right, we'll be doing the Little Red Hen at 11 a.m. tomorrow, so make sure you tune in because we really want to see you there. And if you can't catch it live, we will have it on our page for the entire week, but we would love to see you live. It's a really fun time having everybody interact. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our glue stick, and again with the back of the paper plate, the part that's poofed up, right, we're going to glue this inner circle right here. I do not put glue on the outer parts, just this inner circle. So I'm going to take my glue stick. Oh man, sometimes these caps get glued on with our glue stick. Oh no, I picked the glue stick that does not have a lot of glue left, but we'll do our best. We'll squeeze some out. Here we go. Don't worry, I have more glue sticks coming. This is just the episode of things just keep happening. But that's all right, because you know what? Captain America wouldn't give up, and I'm not going to either. We're just gonna make it work. Okay, there we go. So now we take our red circle that we cut out and we center it up as best as we can and push it down onto the glued part of our plate that we just did. Now hold on a second, we have all these edges here that are not glued down. What are we gonna do? We're gonna take our strong tape and make some tape loops. I'll tell you, this is the way to do it because I tried to glue down the edges before and it just was not successful. It kept wanting to pop up and you just don't want to fight it. So you know what? You just take your tape, make little pieces of it, and then make them into like a little loop, right? Little circle of tape. And then you just take it and you stick it down, and you're going to do that all the way around about 5 or 6 times. And we want to give a big shout out to Astoria Bookshop, because today they read books about circles and dots, and they do live story hour with Miss Gina every Thursday on their Instagram page. So make sure you check out Astoria Bookshop every Thursday and see all of the wonderful books that our friend Gina has picked out for all of you to enjoy. And I thought, what better book or what better superhero to pair with themes of circles and dots than Captain America because of his circle shield, right? So cool. All right, here we go. And I don't know if any of you who are watching live in Brooklyn or have been to Industry City, where Bed Bath & Beyond is in Brooklyn, that big mall there, but there is a Captain America statue in that mall that is really awesome. And we perform there sometimes. So if you haven't ever been, make sure to check that out because it's really cool. I guess when, you know, we can leave our house again. All right, so we have tacked it down, but look, check it out. We have a little bit of our plate showing. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to take our scissors and we're just going to do a little trim of any white that we're seeing that's popping out. Because remember when we traced our red circle, it almost fit on the full piece of construction paper, but not quite. So now we're just going to trim it and make it fit. So now we have a fully covered shield. Okay? So the next thing we want to do, I want you to go on a scavenger hunt through your house and try to find circle shapes that are different sizes. Now, for me, I found 3 different shapes, and I'm going to show them to you. I have this drum, which is one shape, and makes a nice circle shape inside of my red circle. And then check it out, I have this coaster that has these trolls on it from Norway, and that makes a nice circle shape inside my drum. And then I have the lid for this jam jar that makes a nice circle shape inside of my coaster. So I have these 3 circle shapes that are different sizes, and these are the shapes that I'm going to be using to make my circles out of. So you just walk through your house and find circles of different sizes. And as long as they are all different sizes, it's going to work. So the next piece of paper we want to get out is our white paper. And we're going to take our white paper. I'm going to move my other shapes for now because I don't need them quite yet. And I'm going to take my large circle shape, the largest one that I have, that I found. That's my drum. Place it so that I can trace it. So I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to trace my circle shape right onto that paper. You can see that circle there. And now we're going to use our scissors and cut it out. Now, if any of you watching at home have any favorite superheroes that you want us to do a puppet DIY craft about, let us know in the comments. We would love to get suggestions from you. We have some great ideas and we can't possibly do them all this week, so we will definitely be doing Superhero Week again. And you know, here at WonderSpark, we've been thinking a lot about superheroes because right now there are a lot of superheroes in our lives. We have the superheroes of all the moms and dads who are helping out and doing all of our schoolwork help and making food and laundry and all of the things that we need. And we have our essential workers who are superheroes right now, who are helping everything happen, right? All the things that we need in our lives, like, you know, food. We need food from the supermarket and they are making it happen. So if my assistant is watching, and could bring me another glue stick, I would really love that because I think I have kicked this glue stick to the point of no return, but I will continue to try to use it and we will see if my assistant is listening in. If not, I will use tape, but there's a chance that I might get another glue stick in here, but we'll see. It's a live theater, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody knows what could happen. Oh, I hear a door opening. Is there an assistant on his way? A glue stick delivery! Oh, it's so exciting. Okay. See, this is the problem. They both look the same. One that's full and one that's not. Don't put the empty glue stick back into the glue bin. You know what we call our glue bin? Things that stick. You know what we call our scissors bin? Things that cut. Do you guys have labels on your bins of things like that? I think labels are fun. Okay, now we have a fully functional glue stick. Life has just gotten infinitely a little bit easier. And we are positioning our circle shape right in the middle. And we're going to push it down. Okay? Just like that. All right. Now we need another circle in the middle, and this circle is going to be a red circle. And for that, I'm going to use my middle circle shape. This is my coaster from Norway with trolls on it, playing a fiddle. It's kind of washed out because we keep them by the windowsill, and we use them a lot. So that's a good sign, but also it means that they're not as bright as they used to be. Now I have this piece of scrap red construction paper that I've used for other crafts because we always want to make sure that we are using all the parts. So make sure that when you're cutting out and you have scraps, put them to the side so that you can use the scrap later in another project. So I just took my middle shape. Again, I traced another circle and now I'm just going to cut that circle out. And if you've been watching these videos, you know I like to do my big cut first. And then I go in and I do my fancy cuts. Get rid of all the excess material. And now I'm going to do my fancy cut. And just follow that line. Move the material while you're cutting with the scissors. Right? I kind of just keep my scissors in one place and then move the material around my scissors. That's how I like to cut. And now we have our red circle. And again, same kind of thing. We're going to take our glue stick and we are going to dab some glue on there. I tell you, I forgot how great glue sticks were until I started doing crafts with our puppetry company, and now I am a believer in the awesomeness of glue sticks. they're just so great, and they're non-toxic, and they dry really fast. So if you don't have glue sticks in your craft bin, I highly recommend getting a little pack, because they do make life just a little easier, and you don't have to wait for anything to dry really, which is also amazing. Okay, so now we're down to our last circle shape, and that is our blue paper. And again, I'm using some scrap blue paper that I have around. Last week was Earth Week, so we always want to be thinking about ways that we can reduce, reuse, recycle, right? And so this is one of the ways that we can do that, is by making sure that when we have our crafting supplies that we're using all the parts. I have my smallest circle shape, and I'm just going to do a quick trace around that with my pencil. That was the lid for a jam jar that we have. So you can walk around your house and find all different sizes of circle shapes. And as long as they kind of fit within each other and allow for you to see the different colors when you cut out your shapes, then that's going to work just fine. And if you want to make a different kind of shield, you don't have to make a Captain America shield. You can make your own superhero shield. And I want to see what that looks like. So if you decide to do this craft, which we hope that you do, I want to see a picture of your shield. So please either post them here in the comments or send us a message, and we will share those pictures on Monday in our Master Crafters Monday post. And we've been getting some really amazing pictures of some of the puppets that people have been making at home. So any of the puppet crafts that you make from our selections, we want to see. I put some glue stick on the back of this and just stuck it on. So now this is really starting to look like our Captain America shield, but there's one thing that we need, and that is a star right here in the middle. So I'm going to take another piece of white paper. I didn't have any scrap laying around, but if you have scrap, this is a great time to use another piece of scrap paper. And I'm going to fold it so that I have a nice amount of space. I'm going to take my jam jar lid, that's what I used for my circle, but whatever you used as your smallest circle, and place it so that half of it is on the paper and half of it isn't. And I'm going to trace that again, because you know what this is going to show me? My star, well, half of my star, can't be any bigger than that lid, okay, or than that circle, right? Because that's the size of my blue circle. So we want to make sure that the star that we end up drawing is inside of this circle, okay? Now, there is a trick that Chad showed me on how to make a star, and I'm going to hope that I remember it. I think I can remember it. It has to do with a pentagon. So he said that you draw a pentagon like this. So I'm going to draw, but I'm only drawing half the pentagon. So I'll show you. I'm going to draw a line across kind of towards the top, and then I'm going to do another line like this at an angle, and then I'm going to do another line like this. Oop. I'm going to kind of fix that line. All right, and now it's not perfect, but that's okay. We're not looking for perfection. Happy accidents. We have half a pentagon. See that? It's almost like half a house, where we drew the roof, then we drew the wall, but the wall doesn't go straight down. It kind of angles a little bit, and then we drew the floor. And then what we're going to do is we're going to draw half a triangle at the top, and then a triangle going off of one side, and a triangle going off the other side. Can you see that? And now, check this out. Because we folded it in half, if we cut out our star, so cut around your triangles, and you're cutting through 2 pieces of paper. When you unfold it, it will be perfectly even on both sides. Let's see how it came out. And there's my star. And that is going to fit perfectly inside of my blue circle because we measured it. See how that works? So now I'm going to take my glue stick again and glue, 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 glue. Make sure your pencil marks are on the back. No one will see them. And then you kind of center it up. And then the nice thing about glue sticks is if it's not totally centered, you can always zhuzh it and move it around a little bit. And then once you really love it, then you do your big push. All right? So now we have our star. And if you really want to be silly, because, you know, puppets, you could give your shield a face. How fun would it be if Captain America's shield talked to him? I was thinking about that, and so is Chad. We are making lots of fun jokes about that. So I have my bin of stick-on googly eyes here, because, you know, we're puppeteers, and that's what we have. Lots of googly eyes just hanging out in our lives. So I'm going to put on one googly eye right here, and I'm going to put on a second googly eye right here. Oop, it's not totally even. There we go. And now I'm going to take my black marker. Again, this is optional. You don't have to, but I love giving things faces, and I'm just going to give it a little smile. So he's like, hey, I'm here to help. I'm going to help you out. But hold on, it's not a puppet yet, because we're just holding it with our hands. So we need to give it something that we can hold on to so we can do that spinning action, right? Because whenever Captain America uses his shield, it magically comes back to him. So we want to be able to make that happen. So that's where the pipe cleaners come in. So I want you to grab your pipe cleaners. Now, I have these pipe cleaners that I don't love. I got a whole bunch of them, but they're really skinny. So if you have some thick pipe cleaners, go ahead and use 2 and see if that works for you and if it's thick enough. I have these really skinny ones that are not very sturdy, so I'm going to use 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 of them at a time and fold them in half, okay? And then see where that circle is? I'm going to put my finger inside of the loop there where I folded it in half, and I'm going to twist. And then I'm going to start holding on and twisting that little loop. I took my finger out of the loop. I just do that for the very first. And there we go. So we have 1, and then I'm going to do that a second time. Folding my 2 pipe cleaners in half, make a loop, and then twist them up. There we are. And then what I'm going to do, because like I told you, these pipe cleaners are not great, but I have a ton of them. So I want to make sure that I get to use them for some kind of awesome project. And what better project than today making a Captain America shield. I'm going to take those 2 pipe cleaners and I'm going to twist them together, and then I'm going to start twisting those together. So I have a really nice, dense, thick pipe cleaner. Okay? Now the sharp pointy ends, that's the end that I'm going to tape to my shield. So I'm going to make a little bend right here. Kind of looks like an L, right? And that's where the pointy ends are. And then I'm going to look at my shield and try to find where is, I'm going to look at it so that you can see it. I'm going to try to find where is my middle. It's right about there. This does not have to be precise, but the more in the middle you attach this, the more rounded it will spin. And then I'm going to take my strong tape. I'm using masking tape, but you can use whatever strong tape you have. And I'm just going to tape it on. Nice and tight. Make sure you get a lot of surface area on your tape. That means make sure that the tape is touching not just the pipe cleaner, but also the plate, and that you really stick it on there so that it's not moving. And then when you pick it up, you can spin it. And you want to see how I'm doing that? I'm just spinning it in my fingers just like that. And it's really nice and tough, and it can take a lot, and you can hold it like a regular shield. Here, let's go up to this view so you can see. You can hold it like a regular shield, like rah, you know, in your face. Or you can spin it and have it do a spinning attack, or maybe it's going to hypnotize your bad guys. I don't know, all sorts of cool things that you can do with your shield. And my shield, he can talk to you. He can be like, hey, how you doing? I'm the shield and I'm here to help. So I hope that you all enjoyed this Captain America shield DIY puppet today in honor of my Uncle Michael. Hi, Uncle Michael. And please be sure to tune in every day for our puppet DIYs. We have them Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. and Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. And then every Friday for the last few weeks, we have been doing a free live puppet show at 11 a.m. And this week's puppet show is The Little Red Hen. And right before that puppet show begins live, we have a raffle where somebody can win their very own personal puppet show. So for every $10 that you spend at wondersparkpuppets.com, and you can see that right down here, you get entered to win a live free puppet show of your very own, and we do that raffle right before the show begins on Fridays at 11, so make sure that you enter. If you like this content and you want to support us, please go to wondersparkpuppets.com. Again, thank you so much. My name is Z, and I hope you enjoyed making this, and if you do, send us pictures. We want to see them. All right, have a great day. Bye, everybody. See you later.